it is Faye, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've been absent for a couple days, guys. I'm still fighting whatever this sick crud is. Second round of antibiotics has been started, so hopefully I'll be better by Christmas. Got my fingers crossed, because we're traveling. I'm gonna go see my daughter and have Christmas at her house for the first time this year, which is gonna be fun. But anyway, so today I want to talk about something that I haven't seen anybody else talk about yet. As we all know, at least those of us who follow the world of Poppy, which I'm ashamed to admit that I do, Poppy released the Bleach Blonde Baby video, which was crowdfunded back over the summer. And I think that kind of takes an interesting take with what I'm going to say about it. In looking and watching the video, and watching what other people have said about it, including my sweetie, Repzilla, who I think is absolutely fantastic, and he's awesome with the Poppy stuff. I think people are missing something major. I'm not talking about the Illuminati stuff. I'm not talking about the symbolism. There was an announcement that YouTube Red has commissioned a TV show based off of the Poppy universe, which is going to be premiering in Sundance on January 23rd, I believe is the date. So I'm kind of interested to see how that comes. And I don't know if this plays into that or not, but what I can't believe nobody has brought up has been the fact that at the 29-second mark, when Poppy is up preaching on her pulpit, we swing around to look at the audience. And the first person that we see on the very, very left side of the screen, red curly hair, is actress Mia Farrow. Now, if you're a younger person, you probably don't know who she is. If you're my age, you probably know who she is. Mia has had a fairly, I shouldn't say sordid past, but she's had a fairly interesting past, we'll put it that way. She actually was married to Frank Sinatra for like 2 years when she was, I believe, like 21 years old. And she was first really well known for a TV soap opera called Peyton Place. This was back in the days where, like, the soap operas that barely exist these days, like Days of Our Lives and things like that. Every afternoon, there used to be soap operas on every channel. I can remember being a little girl and my mom watching General Hospital, and I actually grew up to watch General Hospital up until I was in my late teens. But she was in a show called Peyton Place and was very, very popular in that. And then she went on to film a movie that came out in 1968 called Rosemarys Baby. Rosemarys Baby is probably one of the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. Even in this day and age, with all of the animatronics and all of the, you know, different special effects, when you go back and look at that movie, considering it's black and white, it's about this young mother getting ready to have a baby, and there's people in her apartment building that are convinced that this baby is the devil reborn. It is scary AF. To this day, it still scares me. That's one of the biggest things that she's known for. She's also known for playing Daisy Buchanan in the 1974 version of The Great Gatsby. This is the same Great Gatsby that has Robert Redford in it. For people who are Gatsby fans like me, that's the movie we consider the real Great Gatsby movie, not the piece of crap that Leonardo DiCaprio did. Nah, I'll take the Robert Redford one any day. But the fact that Mia is in this video is very, very interesting to me, because she doesn't usually do cameos. And she's not the only one that's in this. I've been unable to figure out who some of the other actors are in it. And if you know who they are, please let me know. I've done some, you know, cross-referencing as well. I can't figure out exactly who they are. But the fact that Mia is in this, and I mean, something that some of you might be aware of is she was actually in a long-term relationship with Woody Allen. She's adopted, like, between adopted and natural, she's had like 15 children. One of her children actually had an affair and went on to marry Woody Allen. There's this whole sordid thing that's gone on with that. We're not even going to get into. But Mia's been around for a very, very long time. She doesn't have to do things like this. She's not financially strapped. She's very individually wealthy. She has done a lot of charity work. She's been a UNICEF ambassador. She's done a lot with the children in Darfur. Worked with a lot of third world countries on trying to get, you know, children and refugees housing, things like that. Mia doesn't really do stuff like this. So for her to have done an appearance in this video really has me wondering. Now the other thing is, as I've gone through and tried to figure out who some of these other people are, I also came up with the fact that it was just announced a couple days ago, got my notes, that YouTube Red commissioned a Poppy series, of which the first episode is going to be appearing at Sundance on January 23rd. Now, I'm a YouTube Red subscriber because I hate commercials. I hate commercials. I don't like to have to, you know, kick a ad block on, off, all that stuff, support the creators I like. If you go pay into YouTube Red, your creators that you watch get a small percentage of that. So it's just automatically across top. I really like it. I've been a subscriber to that for well over a year. There have been some, you know, interesting shows. The Into Night series with Joey Graceffa has been kind of interesting to watch. Last Christmas there was a Christmas movie with Liza Koshy. There's been some other YouTube Red things that have come across that have been kind of cool. So I don't know how this Poppy thing is going to go, but I went through and kind of pulled up some information on it. And I'm kind of wondering if this part of this video was actually filmed as part of this upcoming TV show. Now the storyline says, join internet sensation Poppy as she enters the real world for the very first time and quickly realizes that fame and fortune comes at a price, with secret societies, dangerous fanatics, and a very envious mannequin named Charlotte. Okay. Now with that being said, a lot of people have been saying both Charlotte and Titanic are in the Bleach Blonde Baby video. Now, Charlotte is nowhere to be found in that video. I found Titanic multiple times. There's a spot where we're looking up past everybody that's sitting in the pews, looking at Poppy up on the pulpit, and you can clearly see Titanic from his haircut sitting in the back. Also, in the scene where they're holding up the letters, it says everybody dies. Titanic is the Y, because you can see it covering his face, you can see his hair around it. I have yet to find Charlotte in that video anywhere. Now, what I did find is that a couple people in the video are also people that are on the cast list for this show. The biggest one was a gentleman named Dan Hildebrand. He is the second person over in the back row with the bald hair. There's a guy in the very, very back row with a goatee who looks so familiar to me, but I can't place him. The bald guy, Dan Hildebrand, who's going to play a character called Ivan Cross. The show is also going to have Sam Levine, and I thought, well, maybe the bearded guy is Sam Levine, but they don't look very much alike. I'm kind of confused as to who the bearded guy is. We also have Brad Carter, Brian Dare, Kofi Bukai, Madison Lawlor, Paige Annette, Sierra Santana, Dan Fleming, Israel Wright, and Irina Murphy. Now, I believe that the girl who has, it's in the back row beside Titanic, that has the strawberry blonde hair is either Madison Lawlor or Irina Murphy. Not 100% sure on that one. I did some looking at some pictures, kind of trying to go back and forth, figure out who they were. I'm not 100%. I'll point them out. I'll put slides in and point them out. Now, I'm thinking it's kind of interesting that we have this cameo, we have this show having been taped at the same time, and some of the people who are in it are crossovers from who are going to be in the TV show as well. The older gentleman that sits beside Mia Farrow, I know him, cannot for life place him. I kept thinking of a gentleman named Chris Mulkey, who was known for Twin Peaks. I can't find any pictures of him from 2017 with gray hair. Although he has a mole on his face, looks very similar to the guy in the video, I can't 100% say. Also, the guy on the very end with the huge smile, big eyes, he looks so familiar to me too. Can't place him, and the only thing that can be coming back to me is J.J. Walker. And I know it's not J.J. or Jimmy Walker because the age I don't think is right. Jimmy Walker was an actor who played in a show called Good Times, and his big tagline was Dynamite. So again, if you're my age, you might remember that. But I don't think that's him either. So I'm kind of confused as to whether we kind of spun the video and the Kickstarter and the money from YouTube Red all into one big ball to kind of create a basis and go from there. That's my theory. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if you guys can figure out who these other actors are. I guess I'll put slides in so you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, join the Vamp Faith family, and we will see what other adventures we get into. But with that, have a great one, you guys. Thank you for being part of this whole big adventure. I am so grateful to all of you. And have a great holiday season. And don't forget to do something nice for someone else. Not because you feel like you should because it's a holiday season, but because you should, period. Because we all should be doing things for other people just because it's the right thing to do. Anyway, bye guys. Have a great one.